And to speak to us about this topic is Dr. Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, and also joining us right now is Badri Narayan, who is the author and political analyst. Thank you very much for speaking with us. I will begin with you, Dr. Tripathi. You know, we have seen from certain sections of your allies as well who are saying that this was not the proper stage or proper way to protest. But Congress has decided to back this protest. Do you think the political message, which I understand that every party needs to send, the political message that you were trying to send out was to whom? If it was to the people of the country, was that the stage? Or were you trying to send out that message to someone else also, the foreign delegates?
Hi, good evening, Anjali, and to my fellow co-panelists. Anjali, a lot being said about what is the manner of the protest, what is the time and place of the protest. I want to simply put it, the time and place, exactly the right time and place for any kind of protest is everywhere and every time. Protests are meant to bring shame. Protests are meant to bring issues to the core. Protests are meant to bring, disrupt the status quo. And that's what Youth Congress workers did. They were not violent. I asked you, were they violent? Were they carrying any arms and ammunition? Did they attack anybody? It was a non-violent protest. They were protesting against the compromised India-US trade deal. They were protesting against why no action is being taken against Hardeep Puri. And Prime Minister using a government function, using a railways inauguration to make scathing remarks. Did Prime Minister apologize for absolute mismanagement that we saw at AI Summit? Did Prime Minister apologize that something as shameful and as embarrassing as the Galgotia University incident should not have happened? But no, Prime Minister is using a non-violent protest by Youth Congress worker to bring to just act as a cry baby and saying we are bringing embarrassment to the nation. I don't understand. Fundamental right to protest is being provided to us by Constitution of India. How do we bring embarrassment to the nation? A panel that's being sitting on our head that will monitor will buy Russian oil or not is an embarrassment for the nation. Trump repeatedly saying that Modi was ripping us off. We flipped the deal. Now they're not paying anything. Now they're paying everything and we are not paying anything. Is an embarrassment to the nation. A minister being projected in Epstein files for 400 plus time and having casual conversation about exotic islands and their taste in women. And these were not women. They were minor children as young as 4 and 5 years old. Is bringing embarrassment to the nation. And that's what Prime Minister should be, responsible for. Prime Minister also saying कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर की कुर्सी के लिए विमेन एमपीज को आगे कर गए. Want to make a point on India today. Does Prime Minister want to say that women MPs who represent the, Adi Abadi of our country, they don't have an agency of themselves. They were actually protesting against the absolute slanderous and disgusting remarks by Nishikant Dubey. But Prime Minister is saying कि Prime Minister की कुर्सी के लिए. They don't have a mind of their own. I think this is a misogynistic and this is a very sexist comment also directed towards the women MPs of the country, which as a female politician, I take strong objection.
Okay, Dr. Tripathi, now I beg your pardon, Rohan Gupta of the BJP also joins us now in this conversation. So, Mr. Gupta, I'll bring that question to you because you were not here, but Dr. Tripathi has made a point that like this stage of AI Summit was used by the Congress workers, Prime Minister also used a government function to criticize his political adversaries. So, it's a tit for tat kind of a situation and they are raising a question as to why can't they protest?
See, this was pain of our Prime Minister. This is not criticizing any party. This is because of the insult what Congress party has done to the 140 crore Indians by doing whatever they have done in AI Summit. See, at the end of the day, when you feel that you have made a mistake, rather than justifying it by giving wrong logics and being aggressive, it's better to accept mistake and move on. Nobody can justify under the sun that what Congress party has done. This was not the Indian platform. This was international platform. They are giving example of CWG. CWG protest was not inside the venue. It was not absolutely not inside the stadium where international players were there or international dignitaries were there. What Congress party is comparing today? They are comparing with Mahatma Gandhi, the shirtless Congress. Shame on them. The way they are going now, I think we are not behind the days where the opposition will face the withdrawal of the people of the country. What are you doing? Definitely you oppose Mr. Modi, the government, whatever you want to oppose. But this is not the platform and this is not the way. You have to limit yourself. Otherwise, I am telling you today, the way Congress parties, Darbaris are deciding the narrative, days are not far away that common people will do Andolan against the opposition party, and this will, Congress party will set a world record in that. That opposition के सामने भी आंदोलन हुआ. अरे क्या justify कर रहे हैं आप? आपके सपोर्टर भी आपके साथ नहीं खड़े हैं. कोई नहीं मान रहा है कि आपने जो किया है, माफी मांगने की जगह जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं. शर्म आनी चाहिए. और अभी हमारी साथी बोल रही थी, women, that was a pain of Modi ji. How can you use women MPs? They are all learned people. You are sending them to the chair there. I never spoke in
Women
between.
cannot
Please
be
let me
used.
complete. Let me complete. Let me complete. Please let us not do this. I can
Yes,
understand your frustration,
women
but don't
can't
speak
be
over me.
used by
This
anyone.
is the
I'm a woman.
level which
You
Congress
can't
party
use
has stooped now.
Dr.
That they are
Tripathi, let him
using the
finish.
MPs to corner. This is the level Congress party is stooped. That they don't have any power left. They are using their MPs to corner the MPs PM seat. Why?
Okay.
What message it sends? No, absolutely not. There's a basic conduct which any opposition party, whether it is inside parliament, outside parliament, or
Okay.
international platform, if you miss the basic content, people are not going to forgive you.
Okay, Mr. Badri Narayan, what is your opinion on this? Because there is one aspect of freedom to protest, and protest, as Dr. Tripathi pointed out, it should be wherever and whatever form that they want, as long as it's peaceful. And then there is another argument of the time and place and propriety of it. What do you feel?
Anjali, I think it's a good question which you are raising. One is, see, there is a right of, there is a freedom of the protest. But one has to see the moments, the form, and the message. What moment was? Moment was India took claimed for the global leadership, global anchoring in AI discourse. Because AI discourse is growing in all over the world. And India proved by this summit that they are going to lead in this entire discourse. So the moment was very important for Indian rise at the global level. Secondly, the form. Someone has become naked. I think it would be better to do the protest sophisticatedly. No, just you stand and with a banner, with a poster. That will be also a protest, but not at that place. So, and the message. What message you are giving? The message you are giving that that India, you have internal complaints, contest, conflict within the politics, but we should not take it for the UG that this time. This is a global. The time when India is claiming for a global leadership. So in my view, I think Congress should need to rethink about the strategy and the forms of doing politics of the protest.
Okay.
No, one has to do the protest, but protest has its also its own dynamics and grammar. Where
Okay.
you are going to
Okay,
do and for what.
Dr. Tripathi, do you think while trying to protest, the Youth Congress kind of fell for the eyeball, scandalous way of grabbing eyeballs and getting attention? Maybe your message is something that you wanted to send out, one understands that, but did the quality of protest, or as we put it, quality of content of your protest did not meet the expectations and the standards of a civilized kind of a platform?
I absolutely think it met it because approved script and semantics with a pre permission taken for the time, place, and manner of a protest is not a protest. It's an Instagram collaboration. Protest is meant to disrupt. Protest is meant to have a voice in a situation where nobody wants to listen to you. In an echo chamber, you want to have a voice. And you were talking about protest happened like this in all over the country. You take G7 summit, climate activists disrobe themselves asking for taxing the rich. You take Davos, the youth workers, they climb down from the terrace, taking the banners that tax the rich. You take everything. You take Olympics. There's a black salute. You take the protest for the suffrage for women, universal adult suffrage for women in US. Women went naked there. Protests are happening all across the country, not in a very in something that's meant to make you uncomfortable, and that was exactly that. anyone who has the guts and courage to tell the emperor that he's naked is a hero, and he has every fine way. As far as it's non-violent, I don't approve of violent protest. As far as it's non-violent, I think everybody has a say in this country. It's a democracy, and everybody has a say when the PM is compromised, when we are bringing national shame to the country, and that's how protests are done across the world. I don't know why this hue and cry, and imagine this hue and cry for a protest by 10 people who didn't do any harm to the venue, to the summit, nothing.
Okay.
This is actually what they wanted to create. They wanted to create a ripple effect. That's what exactly Bhagat Singh did. He
Okay.
said कि बहरों को सुनाने के लिए जोर का धमाका करना पड़ता है. That's what they did.
Okay,
And, yeah.
let me take this to Mr. Gupta. Mr. Gupta, one of the most beautiful things about democracy is the right to protest. And we've seen in all the major democracies, whether it is America, we see when the UN is on and world leaders are there are Americans protesting outside against Trump. This happened in 2025. During the Bastille Day, which is the most important day for France, when Prime Minister Modi was there were people protesting against Emmanuel Macron. So why should there be an aversion to protest? And as Dr. Tripathi pointed it out, I'd like to bring that question as well to you. Is it required that 10 people who were there and who protested and were swiftly taken away, that the Prime Minister has to, speak about it?
See, you have asked very, very relevant question. As I started, I'm not against the protest. Nobody's against the protest. You were talking, you clearly told that people were protesting outside. You show me one visual where inside the location where whatever event is happening, the protest is happening in this way, where you are removing the shirt, where international people are present. So who is saying there is no protest? You have protest. See, there's a basic difference between your right of freedom of expression, that you don't hurt anybody. That's a basic principle guiding, which guides the right of your expression, freedom of expression. Here they have crossed that line because you are insulting somebody. This is not against government. This is the display by 140 crore Indians. The common people who hit the Congress workers, they were not BJP people. They were the common exhibitors. They were feeling it that, okay, this is tarnishing our image in front of international world. This is our hard work. This is the hard work of so many hours that we are displaying, that now we are leading the AI revolution across the world. Do you feel the difference? Do you understand the basic difference? That is what I'm saying. That is what Modi ji said, that Diwaliyapan ho gaya hai. There is Congress now requires artificial intelligence because their original intelligence has gone. आपका frustration इस level का हो गया कि आप ऐसा कृत्य करते हो फिर उसको justify करते हो. This cannot be justified. This cannot be compared with normal protest. This cannot be saving of democracy. This is crossing the line. This is definitely crossing the line and insulting the country. And that's why you open social media or anywhere, you will not find any support for Congress party. You tell me why other parties like SP and RJD, they have not stood with Congress party?
Okay, at that I'll quickly try and show you how the parties which are allied with Congress have reacted to it. Listen in.
वैसे हमारे मुख्यमंत्री एआई के बारे में कुछ जानते नहीं, एआई के बारे में नहीं जानते। और जब दुनिया के डेलीगेट्स आए हों, दुनिया के बड़े बड़े राष्ट्रपति प्रधानमंत्री आए हों, तो हमें चीन का नकली रोबोट नहीं लाना चाहिए। अभी कार्टून मैंने एक देखा जिसमें ये रोबोट है जो वो हमारे मेक इन इंडिया के शेर को दौड़ा रहा है। बताइए, चीन का दिखाना पड़ा इन्हें।
आक्रोश देश में है और आक्रोश कई फ्रंट पे है कि किसी का फाइल में नाम है, कोई एक्शन नहीं हो रहा है, डील को लेकर के क्लैरिटी नहीं है, 2.9 से 50 किया गया, 50 को 18 किया गया और उसको सेलिब्रेट किया जा रहा है, तो परेशानियां हैं। लेकिन मैं समझता हूं कि एक समिट में इस तरह से प्रोटेस्ट की, मैं समझता हूं दैट वाज नॉट अ गुड चॉइस।
जिस प्रकार यूथ कांग्रेस के साथियों ने वहां पर उग्र प्रदर्शन किया और पूरी की पूरे देश के सिस्टम के खिलाफ ही जिस प्रकार का बर्ताव किया, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। राजनीति में इतनी शुचिता का भान होना चाहिए कि आप जो कर रहे हैं उससे आपकी पूरी पार्टी तो कहीं तकलीफ में नहीं आ जाएगी।
Okay, Dr. Tripathi, these were three of your allies who thought that the way the protest was conducted was not appropriate. Your reaction?
And Prime Minister, he conveniently picked the criticism. The criticism of our allies is duly noted, but it was not an India last protest. It was a youth Congress protest, and उन्हें जो उचित लगा उन्होंने वो किया. The problem here is the Prime Minister conveniently picked up the lines that were said by our allies and the leaders, but he actually skipped what they are referring to. They actually mentioned the name of Mr. Puri coming up 400 plus times in Epstein files. They picked up the issue of how a Chinese robot dog, a Chinese robot dog copy is chasing the Make in India lion. He didn't address that. And that's what my question as Prime Minister, if he has the audacity to criticize Congress from a government function and not a Bharatiya Janata Party function, as they always say, this was an India function, the demarcation between an India function and a Bharatiya Janata Party political rally has been far more blurred since 2014, and this is for everyone to see. But he didn't apologize for inconvenience. They are cherry picking. अरे पब्लिक ने कह दिया, पब्लिक तो आपको क्रिटिसाइज भी कर रही थी कि फूड स्टॉल्स में यूपीआई नहीं है, टेक समिट में लैपटॉप नहीं है, गालगोटिया को आपने 4 आईआईटीज बड़ा लंबा सा स्टॉल दे दिया है, आपने उसके मॉडल को सोवरेन मॉडल बता के आईटी मिनिस्टर शेयर कर रहा है. The public was criticizing that also. Did Prime Minister, as a head of state and as a host of AI Impact Summit, apologize to the country and saying that this could have been better? No. But he will take political pot shots at Congress की saying, देखिए आपकी तो allies भी साथ में नहीं करे. That's what my problem is, and that's why Youth Congress protest is legitimate. That's what the Youth Congress protest. I applaud it. The whole party applauds them. They're a hero for saying a naked emperor and naked emperor.
Okay, Mr. Gupta, you've been trying to give a reply. Please go ahead.
Absolutely. I don't know what level Congress party is to. You are still justifying the same thing. Prime Minister spoke because he was feeling the pain. It was not his insult or his party's insult. It was insult of 140 crore Indians. And you are not even ready to think the fact that you have done this on the international platform, where 300 exhibitors were there, 30 countries are there, the other political leaders are there, the global CEOs there. What are you talking? Definitely you oppose, you do your agitations, but is this the way? And still you are trying to justify it. Your supporters are, your allies are saying, still you are not ready to believe. Nobody can save Congress party. और मैं कहता हूँ जो डूबती नैया है और स्पीड में डूबेगी, अभी भी सुधर जाइए, दरबारियों के सहारे मत चलिए. उनकी एडवाइस का ही नतीजा है. जिसने भी ये शीर्ष नेतृत्व को एडवाइस दी है, उन्होंने कांग्रेस पार्टी को डुबोने का काम करिए. आप यू जस्ट सी सोशल मीडिया, यू सी एनीवेयर, इवन a basic Congress supporter is not happy with this kind of conduct. You have to draw a line somewhere. You definitely ask question. She's talking about Epstein file. It is a clear-cut mail or the communication by the law department that none of the Indian leaders' name has been there, and you are talking about still Epstein file. Shame on you. I think you should not, Congress party should not give the lame excuse of this kind of opposition. You are talking about PM compromise. You even now, let me complete. I never spoke in between. You are saying PM compromise. You could not give a single instance where Indo-US deal there is anything against our farmers. Not even a single instance. I have done 5 debates. I have asked Congress spokespersons that give me one indication where our farmers' interest is compromised. Not even a single evidence was given. What are you talking? You are doing oppose for the sake of oppose. And if you are opposing something in AI Summit, why your T-shirt is saying that PM is compromised and you are not talking about something which has happened in AI Summit? You are changing the goalpost. You are changing the goalpost every day, and people are not going to forgive you. You are going to face the wrath of this Gen Z.
Okay, we are short on time. I'll quickly ask the last question, Mr. Badri Narayan. I think the protest may have been small, and the message may have been something that many did not approve of, or the way it was presented, but then maybe it has managed to do what it wanted to do, and that is 10 people managed to bring a certain message onto the national scale and managed to get a debate going on it on national television as well, and people talking about it. So maybe their protest was a success.
See, Anjali, it may be successful the way in the context in which you are putting it, but you know there are दो तरह की बातें होती है, अच्छी बातें और critical बातें. We will have to see how people are reacting against this act, whether they are appreciating it, whether it is going to add to the Congress political symbolism, or it is going to empower Congress in the Indian politics. I think it is not going to help in that way. And more than that, if they think, I'm using again the PM Modi, the slogan, nation first. If you think nation first, you should not do it. Okay. You can have your complaints, you can have your issues, you can do at other time, maybe on other moments.
Okay.
There are so many moments in Indian democratic politics where you can lodge your protest.
Okay.
But this is not the time, Anjali. This is my
Absolutely.
submission.
Okay.
This is my
Dr. Tripathi, you know, Revant Reddy was there, part of the summit. You had Mr. Tharoor also appreciating the summit. Then if your party leaders are there in the summit and they are participating in it, then why criticize something which has the approval of certain members of your party?
You know, Anjali, we are not against AI, and that's a line I want to make it very clear. We are not against AI. We are not against the technological development of the country. We are, as you can see, the post 2015, the spaces for civil dissent, the spaces to register your protest has shrunken, and they've shrunken remarkably. A rape victims who protested Jantar Mantar with just her mom and a political activist is dragged away from there. College students who protest for clean air at India Today is dragged away and sent to judicial custody for 3 months. A journalist today before yesterday in Supreme Court filed that any anti-statement against the Impact AI Summit, UAPA is being slapped. Don't you think that when you delegitimize the voices that are actually raising pertinent question, forget opposition, the civil society has been raising and they are being met with an iron hand. So that's what the only space is. You know, parliament is every day being disrupted.
Yeah.
We don't say.
I'll give a quick, yes, I'll give you some time, Mr. Gupta. Also do reply to my small question as well. Maybe if the Prime Minister would not have raised this issue, would have just been a reel and died out.
See, I think there is something called cheap publicity, and Congress is now more interested in cheap publicity, and cheap publicity will never give you votes. It will ensure that you go still down. She was talking about the freedom. You tell me, leader of opposition calling a central minister a traitor inside the parliament complex, is it not the freedom? What freedom? This is not the agitation. Inside the parliament, your leader is crossing the line and questioning the government. It is not freedom. Your MPs are going and cornering the chair of PM. It is not the freedom of protest. What are you talking? You are doing all kind of protests. You are having all kind of freedom inside parliament, outside parliament, and you are giving lame excuse of this kind of protest. I don't think so. This is justified by any means. आप उसको गांधी के पीछे छिपिए या फ्रीडम के पीछे छिपिए या प्रोटेस्ट के पीछे छिपिए. हकीकत यह है कि कांग्रेस 1.5 दिन से अपने आप को बचाने का सब प्रयास करने के बाद भी, किसी भी प्रकार से कॉन्फिडेंस दिखाने के बाद भी, एग्रेसिव होने के बाद भी जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पा रही है जो उन्होंने देश की जनता के साथ में किया है. इतना मत गिरिए कि जनता आपको नफरत करे, इतना मत करिए कि जनता आपके खिलाफ विद्रोह करे. कांग्रेस पार्टी ऐसी पहली पार्टी होगी पूरे विश्व में जहां विपक्ष के सामने विद्रोह होगा. यही जेनजी आपको दौड़ा दौड़ा के वहां पे भी मारा है. इसी प्रकार की आपकी जो रही गतिविधियां तो और भी आगे ही होगा. समझ जाइए, अब भी इश्यू उठाइए एज अपोजिशन, पर अपनी लिमिट रखिए. अपनी जो है बेसिक उसके ऊपर नहीं जाना चाहिए. जनता माफ नहीं करेगी. दिस इज व्हाट आई कैन एडवाइस.
एंड एज अ गवर्नमेंट आप क्या इश्यू उठाएंगे? निशिकांत दुबे आप कुछ भी बकवास करेंगे,
changing the goalpost right now.
कहानियां सुनाएंगे,
Talk about this thing, ना. You were talking about
गंदी, अभद्र, अश्लील टिप्पणी करेंगे, and that's the duty of parliament. A sitting MP says कि वो traitor है, and there is this Karni Sena and a Bharatiya Janata Party member issues.
The parliament, you are raising the issues which is not even published book. It is not freedom of protest.
Okay, Mr. Gupta and Dr. Tripathi and Mr. Badri Narayan, I am short of time, so I'll have to wrap this discussion up over here. Thank you very much for joining in this conversation. Definitely, the shirtless protest has caused quite a stir, but how it was done has also raised some questions amongst the allies of the Congress itself.